Hello, this is Anthony with Comedy Pilates, and I've got my two students, Elizabeth and Kristen. Say hi.
Hi.
Okay, and we're going to do a Comedy Pilates class. If you don't like dark humor, you may want to leave now. Okay, so what Kristen and Elizabeth are doing, mainly Elizabeth right now, she's rolling on the roll. Kristen's going to catch up, and we're rolling from your tailbone to your lower back. And the goal is, everything in Pilates is about getting your core to work first so your limbs don't work so much. So I know what they're doing right now. Kristen is thinking, oh my God, how did I get roped into this? And Elizabeth is thinking, I'm used to this treatment. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to exhale into the roll and more than in your hands. And you're actually curling your spine. And I'm going to do it as well here, where I'm going to show a little bit where you can't see where you're curling, which means the tailbone goes under and then you sit back up. That's what the two gals are doing right now. They're doing that. They're getting some blood flow into these areas that get kind of tight, and they're teaching their bodies how to move properly from extension to flexion to back again. Okay, the next one they're going to do is they're going to put their left knee on their right ankle, like so, and they're going to go into the left side and move on that roll on the left. There you go, just rolling. And again, it's about breathing, because they may feel they're adding some weight. I don't know if you feel it to your left side, your left arm. You may want to really push into the roll a bit more so you're not loading that arm. Good job. Let's switch to the other side. And we're going to be rolling into the right side. Nice. Roll your shoulders back. Exhale. Engage your abdomen before you push onto the roll. Good job. Okay. Next one we're going to do is we're going to take the leg off. We're going to roll down into, from a seated position, we're rolling into a lying position. This is pretty advanced to do this, and both of these gals have done this before. I never use the word gal until I use the video. Wow. Okay, I don't know what I do. Okay, less advanced, if that's hard to do in one shot, is to actually use your hands to come down slowly and exhale. The goal is to push on each vertebra, engage your abdomen to go down slowly. So this would be level 1. Coming down without hands would be level 2. And then you're rolling across the roll. Your head in your hands. Rolling, nice. You're going to push, you're trying to create a straight line from your sternum through your knees. There you go. Roll back a little bit. There you go. And engaging the abs at the same time. Okay, so the goal is the abs get pulled in as the glutes push you up. And you're trying to get a little higher with your hips while you're pulling in your rib cage. That's it, great. We'll do 5 more until we bring down the bottom to the floor. 2 and 1, and slowly engage, keeping your glutes engaged, bring your bottom to the mat. Nice job. So the roll is going to be across your upper spine, I would say about the base of your shoulder blades. So a little higher than halfway up the back, which both of them have. And you're going to have your head in your hands and pushing your tailbone down onto the floor. There you go. Good. Pushing down, getting nice long, tight abdominals, increasing the length between your rib cage and your tailbone. There you go. Good job. Legs are bent. Good job. While we're doing this, we're going to go into that pelvic rocking again. So your pelvic, you're just doing a curl like we did at the beginning of the class. You're going from tailbone to lower back. You're exhaling. Both of them are not popping up their head too much, which is good. I know you can't see it really well, but what's happening is they're taking their tailbone and they're pushing down on the lower back and back to tailbone. It's an alternating of each one. We're going to do 5 more. All right, nice job. they're gonna pick up their bottom off the floor, and we're gonna roll back a few inches till that roll is on the base of the rib cage. So it's on their rib cage, and then, which is lower than their shoulder blades. That means they're gonna have to walk backwards a little bit towards the back of the room, and then they're gonna bring their bottom down. Once they're there, you're gonna bring your bottom down. So Kristen, you can go back a little bit more. There you go. You're gonna do a sliding side to side, keeping your legs still. This is tough to do because you need to have good abdominal strength to slide. See how they're not moving their legs at all? If they were less advanced, they would need to put the ring around the thighs to be able to keep their legs still. But they're both doing pretty good. We're gonna do 5 more. Good job. Now same position, we're gonna do a rotation. This is where you're crossing over side to side. It's the same thing with the legs. You're on the roll and you're doing a rotation. So I'm thinking left rib cage on the roll, right glute on the roll, on the floor, sorry. Back to the middle, inhale. We're doing the opposite. Left glute on the floor, right rib cage. We're going again, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more, over to the other side. Nice, good job. Okay, we're coming off of there. Alrighty, we're gonna get into all fours and get into a cat. So they're gonna have their roll. Let's see how we can position these. We're gonna do the roll in the front with your head in the front and your knees in the back. See how that lines up here. So you're in this position. I'm gonna get a close-up view of what's happening first. What we're looking at is keeping the chin down and the shoulders are back and down. You're gonna get your shoulder blades together first, then tailbone to the ceiling, round tailbone, round upper back. So we're going upper, lower, lower, upper. Trying to organize, it's tough to move the parts of the spine separately. They're doing a pretty good job. The main goal here, the difference between this and yoga, is the head is not gonna get thrown forward. I'm always looking for a neck that is long measured from the back. There you go. This is still really serious for comedy Pilates. Here we go. But we're trying to get it right here. So, you know, comedy takes a while to warm up. Plus, we don't have enough alcohol. Well, we do have it in the sanitizers, which we may have to drink in a few minutes to kick up the comedy here, you know?
Or liquor hands.
Liquor hands. That sounds a little porno-y, liquor hands. Liquor hands.
Leave it to me.
There you go. We have all kinds of opportunities happening here. Okay, let's go into, they both did a really good job. We're gonna do a pelvic clock. I'm gonna demonstrate first in the front. So we're here, a pelvic clock is making a circle on the floor. If there was a clock underneath me, it's kind of hard to tell. You're making a circle. That means 12 o'clock is in. To the right is 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 12. So that's what they're doing here, while the shoulders do not creep up towards their ears. And it's so easy to let the shoulders creep up, keeping them back, keep the sides of the back down. In Pilates, I like to do a checklist of the deeper body parts that need to be working, and we're gonna always revisit them. So right here, the abdominals are working through the breath. The sides of the back are pulling down your shoulders. If they can get their glutes to work, that'd be great. Do you feel your glutes at all? Can you make them work? And let's do the opposite direction now again. So all those body parts have to know how to be felt just through breath before we do any of the exercises. They're doing a great job. 3 more. And 1. Good job. All righty. Now I'm going to give them another roll. They're great where they are. We're going to give them the second roll. This can be done with just the roll on the side, but these two are really advanced, and I can get them to use 2 rolls. It's up to you. If you've got 1 roll, I would suggest you just do it to the side. And 2 rolls, you do 1 under your knees like so. So I'm going to get in the same position. I'm going to do it first, then they'll do it. You're going to be here, pulling your navel to your spine. The roll is on my left, so I'm going to take my right arm and push it on the roll going to the left, like so, and then coming back. This could also be done without a roll. The goal is to exhale and not push into that standing arm, which is the left. You're pushing more into your abdomen, your knees, and the right arm on the roll, which you can see both of them doing now. There you go. Great. Nice. So Kristen can take her left arm a little closer to her left knee. A little bit. There you go. So she has a better chance of keeping her left shoulder down the body when she does this. There you go. 5 more. And 1 more. Now, before they come up out of this, I'm going to want them to bring their arm up all the way to the right and get a nice stretch. There you go. Nice job. They're rolling their left shoulder back. They're going to put that arm back down to the floor. And they're going to move the roll to the other side. That roll, there you go, to the right side. And we're going to do that side as well. Usually I have music in my classes, and I will offer some musical choices in my my playlists, and in future classes I will have more music. This feels more like Hitchcock Pilates. Remember in like Psycho, there was no sound in the horror movie? None at all. It's like horror. You know, there's not that much difference really between comedy and horror, but that's a whole separate class. Okay, so exercise. Comedy, horror, Pilates. We don't have anybody running into the room changing the temperature on the wall like we sometimes do. That's kind of a horror. All right, so Kristen needs to take her, look how I say it, it's like sounds very, needs, that means she needs to do something different. I am, oh my God. You have to take the side of your hand like you're karate chopping. Okay. The side, because that bone on the side of the hand will get you to work a little bit better. There you go. Oh, that's so good.
See, I need these reminders.
Yeah, there you go. Elizabeth is just rolling her eyes constantly in this class. She's going to have a headache before the end of the class. It's okay. We consider that exercise too. We'll do 3 more. 3. Good job. 2. And 1. And then you're going to take that left arm because you're going to come up. Remember, way up in the air with the left arm, looking to the left. Notice how the shoulders may creep up. We're going to keep the shoulders down. So Elizabeth, make sure the neck is away from your trunk. There you go. 3, 2, and come all the way down. All right, we're going to do something a little riskier. We're going to take the side roll away. Bye-bye for now. And we're going to get down and we're going to do some of this face down prone, or prone, which is face down. Supine is on your spine. You're all getting a biomechanical lecture too. Isn't that exciting? Okay, so I'm going to be here on the roll, but you're going to be able to see better with them. I'm going to cue you with them, so you can't see me too well as your face is down. You're going to just take your arms out of the socket. Your feet are close together in a long line. You have your feet flattened from the top. Arms go forward and arms go back in the socket. And I will cue both of them. The goal is to keep the head down enough that the neck is long from the back, but your head is not on a mat. So they both have the side of the hand like Superman arms. And because they're pushing down with their hands and wrists here, you can get the core to kick in. Sometimes if your shoulder hurts when you do this, you may have to go a little bit wider and really kick in your abdomen a little more. Everybody's a little different, but this is a great way to stabilize the shoulder, which means the sides of the back have to kick in no matter what position you're in. And this is considered an injurious position if you were weight bearing or if you did not have the access to the sides of the back. So again, this is building side of back strength. And then Elizabeth's already started doing the swan where her upper body's coming up. Kristen can join her. Where you're just coming up, the upper body, there you go, nice, and back down. Good. Looks good. The feet are going to be together more for both of them. There you go. And they're also getting a good foot stretch while they're doing this. The glutes have to engage as they come up so they don't get into their lower back. So when they pull the arms into the socket through the breath, the glutes are engaged as well and abs can kick in. Somebody who's weaker may not be able to go up as high, and the clue is if they feel their lower back and or cannot access their glutes. Glutes are sort of like the default core. When you can't get your core engaged, you can get your glutes engaged. It draws the body down and ends up using these deeper muscles and your body operates better. So there you go. We're going to do 3 more. Excellent. Okay, good job. We're then going to come up from there. We're going to do that foot exercise that Elizabeth's been begging for me to do all day. She's like, are you kidding? I hate this. She goes, I hate this. She's ready to threaten to leave, but we're on camera now, so maybe she'll stay just due to embarrassment or shame or something. Okay, so what this is, I'm not sure how much we can do this on the camera. We're going to sit up, and you're going to curl your feet. So I may have to do it first here, and then you'll see what they're doing. See how my feet are curled? I'm going to do it standing. They're going to do this is easier. The goal is to keep your heels together. So here's another way to do it. Not sure how much you can see. You're bending your feet, your heels are together, and if you're super strong and flexible, you can sit down on them, but not all of us can. The goal is to keep the feet and the heels together. That's the first step. You know, you both have that down, right? See how Kristen separated her heels. You can't see it, but I have to go, which means when she sits back, she does not have the flexibility or the access to her deeper muscles to keep that going, because this is relatively new for her. I've been doing this a long time, so I can do it. And Elizabeth's kind of the same way, but they found a position that works for them. So the transition would be, if they, you know, as you go along, they would be sitting down on their thighs, but it's okay what they're doing. Okay, the next thing is while they're kneeling there, they're going to transition into a straighter foot, which means their feet are going to turn, but preferably together. They'll turn, so they go from here, go way over here, sorry, from here, you can see my feet, to this. See how they've transitioned slowly? My heels are together. I've gone to a flatter foot. My heels are together, even though it's hard to tell. I can go all the way back. Oh, that's not easy. I'm cramping a little bit, so maybe not today. And come back up because I worked my legs yesterday. So it really gets the functional hamstrings going, especially when your heels are together. So it really goes deep. It'll make your backside, like I've said in classes, functional as well as decorative. And these gals are more they want decorative more than function right now.
Correct.
But by the end of this session, they won't care and they'll want functional more than decorative. 3. Good. You can see all of us. 2.
I want it all.
I want it.
Right.
1. Okay, while you're here, here's the transition I want you gals to do. While you're here together, the heels together, can you transition while the heels are together into the bent foot without separating the heels? That's it, and you sit back. Good, sit back. Nice, good, nice and tall. While you're here, like I feel my right toes a little more, then you're going to transition to a flatter foot while the heels are together and go back again. 5, good, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Wow, everybody's doing really well. No, I'm just saying that. I don't mean it. Okay. All right. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to lie down. You're going to take your roll. We're going to put it in the front of the mat. You go, I'm going to show it first, and then I'll get out of the way. The goal is to be able to hold here and do what I would call a stomach massage. We do this in Pilates with the reformer. You're keeping a slight V to your feet, and you're holding yourself up with your abdominals. If people are weaker and they try to hold themselves up, they can't look as good as these two because their body would collapse a little and they rely on their arms. But the stronger their abs are and the sides of the back, see these deeper body parts end up repeating, they can hold this position. So it may look like it's easy, but it's not. And we'll do 5 more here. They're exhaling too by pushing the bones of their feet into the roll and their sits bones, or otherwise called butt bones, into the floor at the same time, and that gets the core to work. I wonder if should I take the hat off for now? We'll take the hat off for now. Okay. I may put it on later because we need variety. Good. All right, great. After we've done that, we're going to be rolling on the roll a little. We're going to bring yourself up and roll on the back of the calves. You need to have really good tricep strength, but more so it's core and sides of the back. Those are really important. Otherwise you get into your shoulders and they tire. 3, good. Exhale, 2, good. And 1, good job. All right, We're going to put the feet back on the roll like we did a moment ago with the stomach massage. And we're going to do a roll down. The roll down, more advanced, is here, up in the air, keeping the sides of the back down. See, look how, oh, my triceps are bulging on this. I love it. Okay. And you're going to come down. They don't want bulging triceps. They just want, this will not give you bulging triceps at home. I've done a lot of weight training just as a whatever. Okay. And you're going to roll down slowly just into your pelvis, just a little bit, and then back up. It takes a lot of work to do this. If this is too advanced, you feel like you're going to fall over, your hands can come down and you go down slowly. Good. Nice. And sink, and back, and sink. I think this requires that. And back, good. And then we're going to go all the way down, super slow, using the breath. Cannot emphasize the exhalation enough, all the way down. Good job. Nice. They're both going to have the roll closer to their bottom. There you go. I'm going to get out of the way here a little bit. Closer to their bottom. And they're going to do a barrel rolling where they're rolling the roll away using their feet. You can't have your hands in the air. Hands in the air are good if you can keep the sides of the back down. So that means the shoulders have to move away. Kristen, your left shoulder needs to move away from your left ear a little more. Down body. Down there. I feel like I'm talking to Dawn. Down body. Down. No, down. Do you feel the side?
My left side.
You feel it?
My problem child.
This is her more difficult time, but we do get it with instruction. We do make it work well. That's, of course, a self-compliment to me, right? Okay, because I make it work well. There you go. There you go. Good. So they're barrel rolling, but their trunk is not moving. So, which means their core, they're exhaling their ribs and their tailbone into the floor. So they're having this slightly erratic move with their legs, but their core is strong enough, they know how to access it, so it doesn't move around. And the whole goal of Pilates, if I were to really whittle it down, is you have to be able to stabilize your spine, getting the core to work, and being able to flail your body every possible direction and then not throw your core off. That's basically Pilates, and that's basically what life does to you, so you have to learn how to work with it. We'll do 3 more here. And they can go a little bit, like Elizabeth is cheating, because that's the kind of person she is. She needs to lengthen her legs a little more towards the end so you can get that strength and length all the way through, which means that roll is going to end up at behind your heel. And then instead of pulling back the roll, you have to push it down and back to get it back and not slide. There you go. Do 2 more. Kristen and Elizabeth are really good sports. The last 2 girls I had just stormed out before minute 22. So they're lasting longer than the last 2. I think that's great. Let's give them a hand. Yay! What good sports. You quit? Okay. Well, maybe they're not such a good sport. I don't know this light. Hopefully it's not bugging you too much. We're going to go like this a little bit. There you go. Okay, great. The roll is going to get now closer to you. That means that roll is going to be less than a foot away from your bottom. Your hands are down on the floor. Now, their heads look pretty good on the floor, but people that have super tight backs, you ever lay down on the floor? A lot of times men are like this, and they cock their head back like this, and it just looks really uncomfortable. They need a pillow. It's usually because their cervical or thoracic spine, their upper back, is too tight, so they need a pillow. Both of them are not, so they can lie their head on the floor. Little tip, maybe you didn't know. All right, so we're going to do some bridging here, okay, where they're going to slowly exhale into their abdomen. They're going to tense or engage their glutes, roll up without letting go of that roll. That roll is going to stay really close to them. Okay? And then we're going to come down slowly. Who's crinkling? That's me. Take that out of my pocket. All right. We lost our sound guy because I insulted him so badly. Oh well. We can do without it. Go. All right, so where do you gals, now this is the part where their agents worked out that they have a speaking role, and I can ask them questions and they can answer. So at your own risk. So where do you guys feel it? Oh my God, they're not saying the right answer. They're supposed to say the right thing.
Booty.
Booty. Okay, well that's on the way to right. Okay, and what about you, Elizabeth? Can you This is like Family Feud. Come on, right answer. You gotta win. Okay. What are they feeling? Okay. What it is for most of Pilates is, if not all, you exhale into your abdomen and then your glutes before you lift and during the lift up. And then the hamstrings ideally will kick in as soon as possible. It'd be great if we get the hamstrings feeling early on the floor, but they're harder to feel, and sometimes you have to pull the roll back to get them to feel more, which we're going to change in a minute. So now I'm going to have both of them bring their bottoms down, all the way down. Yeah, so you are feeling your glutes and your abs, right?
Yes. Yeah.
How about your hamstring at all?
Yes.
We're going to get the hamstring to work a little earlier. So I want them both to lift their bottom off the floor about an inch. About an inch. Roll the roll in towards you, towards your bottom, and then bring it back out. But an inch. Don't let it go higher than that. Back in and out. In and out. In and out. There you go. Forward and back. Do you feel that in your hamstrings?
Yes.
Right. There you go. So it duplicates like a leg curl. Six. 5. Good. I love counting. 4. No, I don't. Pilates teachers don't like to count. 3. And 2. And 1. And then bring it all the way down. Did that build on your hamstrings a little bit?
Oh, yes.
Okay, excellent.
Feel the burn.
Feel the burn. Great. You know, I've never heard that before. Did you make that up, Kristen? Okay, you're going to take one leg up to a tabletop, other leg up to a tabletop, which is up in the air. Hi. All right, good. Okay, bring your fingertips behind your knees. It's just fingertips, not the whole hand. You're going to straighten your legs to the ceiling. So we're going to straighten out those hamstrings that got some work and then bend them again. Now you're going to take a big inhale now through the nose, shoulders roll back. Exhale the legs to the ceiling as the tailbone goes down to the floor. Same time. Good, then inhale back to a bent leg position. Then exhale back up. Inhale back down. Exhale. And back. And exhale again. Inhale back. 2 more. Exhale. And back. 1 more. Do you feel the back of the legs? Exhale. And then you're going to stay there. Can you push your tailbone down at the same time you press your feet up and just point and flex your feet? Point and flex. So the goal is to get the muscle to work from origin to insertion, from bone to bone, which is tailbone to the tops of your feet. That's getting strength and length at the same time. That is a Pilates principle here. There you go. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're going to keep your legs in a tabletop. Put your hands back down to the sides. You're going to put your left foot only on the roll. Your right leg is going to be in a tabletop, and you're going to go up into a bridge. This is harder to do, so you may have to do, instead of an articulated bridge, bone by bone of your spine, you're just going to go up and down, tapping your tailbone. This is pretty unstable, so they may have to bring that roll a little closer to their bottom when they do this. So a little bit closer. There you go.
Do you want it closer?
Yeah, bring it closer. You look okay, but let's bring closer and see what the difference would be. Good. 6, 5.
I can go up higher. It's
Okay.
closer.
Yeah, good. Excellent. 4, 3, 2. Stay up at top. While you're at the top, put the other leg on. Don't drop your bottom. Bring the other leg back up to a tabletop while your bottom is in the air. And bring it down and up on this side. There you go. That's called choreography. Yay, that was fantastic. There you go. Here we go. Nice job. Exhale again. What do? Exhale into abdomen and sides of the back. You getting a little cramped? Oh, we got to.
Anthony, how many repetitions?
That's a really good question. You know, in fitness, they tend to do a lot of 10 and 15 and 20. But in Pilates, you know, in classes, sometimes I go longer. But if you're really into your form, you're in the breath, in the sides, the back, and your core, you can get away with 5 to 10. It just depends how good your form is and how you've tweaked it for your body. And I have given some of those select directions today, but it changes with everybody. There you go. We're going to then bring the roll underneath your sacrum. So that's going to prop up between the sacrums, between their tailbone and their lower back. And while they're here, they're going to drape their arms or wrists across the roll so their shoulders are away from their ears. and you're going to go up into I'll move to the side. They're going to go up into a tabletop with the legs, and then to the ceiling with straight legs. Let's point and flex your feet, both together. There you go. So automatically they're pushing their tailbone down to the roll because of how they're doing this. But notice, if you guys push your tailbone even more down on purpose, you feel your core a little more, right? You should not be at your lower back. You should be in between the two. There you go. And if you want a little more challenge, they're going to diagonally move their legs forward a bit towards the front of them, just a little bit. There you go. That gets a little bit more core engagement. There you go. You can see my feet in some of the scene here. There you go. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. They're going to go into a bicycle. So bicycle is, they're in the same position here. They're exhaling into their sacrum. I'm going to get in the same thing. And this is it close up. You're trying to line up. I have a softly pointed foot. The knees are lined up with the toes. There you go, keeping your navel to your spine. And then reverse. Reversing, nice. So it's like you're kicking sand away. You got to make sure you go a little deeper. Both gals can go a little bit deeper with that heel that's pushing down and then up into a straight leg. There you go, 5, 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Good job. You're going to get both legs into a tabletop, and they're going to do an alternating open book. So what that looks like is one leg, they're going to start with their right. Let's do the right together. So the right goes out together, knee and foot, and then bring it back. Both knees and feet touch, and then the left. And the body does not move. So if they're exhaling into their roll, they're going to be able to get their obliques to work, the opposite waist of the leg that's moving. Good. If they wanted more challenge, those knees could be farther away from them, a little bit straighter, but still bent. There's a sandwich shop next door, and you think that people have never had sandwiches before. How many people go into this shop? It's unbelievable. I think that's going to be the reward, is sandwiches after this. 2 more each side. Yeah, they're all lined up. There you go. 1. Good job. Alrighty. You're going to now do a single leg stretch. So both in tabletop, you're extending, exhaling into your abdominal, into the roll. You're going to take your left leg, pointed foot, straight toward the front of the room. There you go. And bring it back. Inhale. Exhale the other leg out. And then back. And we're exhaling. We're alternating. Three more each side. Good job. All right. You're going to take your heels together. So they're going to look like, your heels are going to be like this, separated. That's what they're doing. And they're going to do a frog away and back in. So it's away and back in and away, pushing their heels together. They can get a little more abdominal engagement because those heels are together. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2. Good job. And 1. Nice job. All righty. They're going to take their left ankle to their right thigh. Right thigh will be to the ceiling. I'm doing the same thing on the side here. They could take their left hand and push that left knee away as they go up and down. They could have a heel-driven right foot as well. Going up and down, go forward, down toward the front of the room, and back up. Good. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're switching. So right hand can go on the right knee. Usually one side is a little tighter than the other. You have the right ankle to the left knee. You're going to do a pointed foot or a flexed foot, or you could turn it in the middle. There you go. It's up to you. 6. Exhale. When you exhale, you're always sinking your abdomen down. 5 and 4 and 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Nice. Okay. You're going to now cross the legs here a little bit and just open up the knees and bring the feet down to the floor, if anything. Down to the floor, tap, and back up. You're going to exhale, pull it down to the floor. You're pulling the feet apart, even though they're together, and back up. Good. You're going to do 3 more. 3. Good. And 2. Good. And 1. Good. Nice job. We're going to come off the roll. Now this is going to be more, we're going to do an advanced version, not an advanced version. The first thing would be the legs are in the air, the roll comes down. The roll comes down like so. So it goes behind you like so. Actually, let's make that into an exercise where you go back up on the roll. Back on the roll, then down on the roll. We're going to go up on the roll.
That's a new one.
And down on the roll. And up on the roll again, transition. And then down on the roll, and more advanced would be your hands are on the roll, you roll yourself up into a teaser. There you go, nice. So you're up in the air, there you go, and your hand is on the roll, and you're pushing the hands out, and the legs go out too. So the little arms go out, back. We'll use the roll for a little bit, then you can not use the roll, where you're out here with the hands, and back, and 5, good, 4, good, 3, good, 2, good, and now 1, more advanced. You're going to bring the upper body and the legs down at the same level all the way down. Nice. We're going to put the hands behind your head. Right now the elbows are wide. Good job. And we're going to do what's called a neck pull. It's a terrible name because I never want you to pull your neck. So we're going to take your head up like so and do like a little bit of a chest lift up. Your head and your chest go together to the ceiling. You're not going to tilt your head and bring it back down. Good. We're going to go again up. Now while you do this, more advanced would be when you come up, you notice when you're all the way down, you have a space under your lower back, so you're pressing the tailbone and the rib cage. That space should be there because you're still pressing on rib cage and back of the ribs. Good. And 5. Good. 4. Good. 3. 2, 1, and this time we're going to have the hands up in the air. We're going to tilt the chin to the chest. You're trying to fold over the lower back. Your feet are parallel, pushing the heels, and you're slowly coming up all the way up. Nice. Okay. We're going to go into a seal puppy. So seal puppy is when you're here and you bring your feet up in the air like so, and I will come in the middle here just to show you, and then I'll get out of the way. So the heels are up in the air if you can, and you're just going to kind of slap the toes together, roll the shoulders back. Nice. And somebody can make the seal puppy sound. Anybody going to make that sound? Ba, ba. That sounds more like Scrooge with bah humbug. That's what that sounds like. But at least it's a start. Maybe Kristen could do the second bah.
Don't look at me.
Don't look at me. Okay, great. Well, I think
You're the sound effects
I think this class is going downhill now, but hopefully you can stay with us. Okay, so
It's not in my contract.
not in her contract. I know, it's all this descent. Well, they both lasted much longer than the other two. So, all right, while you're up in the air, you're doing this, we're going to do go into an open leg rocker. So you're going to take your hands, if you can, your right hand on your right foot and go up in the air. For some of us that are not so flexible, they may have to go to the ankle up or the knee up like so. Either or. There you go. Up. Nice. Try to get a straight line. Navel to spine. Get taller. Bring that back down. We're going to inhale deep through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Push the butt bones into the floor. You're doing the other leg straight up. Beautiful stretch there. Navel to spine. Shoulder back in the socket if you can. Really good. Bring it back down. we're going to do both together now, where you go up in the air slowly, slowly. There you go. Oh, I almost fell over. That would be bad. And you're hanging out right there. Now, to do the open leg rocker, you could do the rock where you actually control and fall back, grabbing your ankles, maybe not your feet, and you go back up. There you go. Good. Nice. And back up. Oh, this is hard today. 5. Good. And 4. See, Kristen, this is where 3 turns like a lot. 3. And 2. And 1. Up. Bring it back in and down. Excellent. All right, we're going to get onto your roll. This time we're going to get into a thigh stretch. So we're hanging out here. We're going to do a straight line from your knees to your head. The hand comes, we are curling the feet as well. If you want to make this more into a gait exercise, like we did earlier, you can keep the ankles together. You decide how much you can do, because now we're elevated where I believe they can do it a little bit better, meaning they can keep their ankles and heels together because they're not so close to the ground, and then back. Good. So we're going to go again. Good. And it's a straight line. So Kristen, your arms are going to go forward as you go back, and then back. Good. 5. Good. And 4. Good. 3. 2. And 1. Nice job. All righty. Good. We're going to come off of there. I think we're going to get into some side work. First thing we're going to do is we're going to roll on the side of the roll. This is everybody's favorite. And usually when I say those words, it means that it's nobody's favorite but mine. And this is tough. I have my legs bent. I'll move back a little bit. My legs are bent forward. That gets me to access my core a little bit easier than a straight leg. And I'm rolling with my roll under my rib cage. I have one hand on the roll, other hand in my head here, and I'm rolling from rib cage to upper back. This is such a good exercise for the shoulders because it gets blood flow to the part of the back that just doesn't move very much. If you do a lot of weight training, this gets really kind of sore and fibrotic, and it's a way to get healing in there. Also, to roll on the rib cage is not easy. If your rib cage is kind of tender, you're not getting a lot of blood flow there, and rolling could help do that. We have different kinds of rolls. We have lower, we have medium, we have heavy, but these two gals are doing the heavy-duty ones. There you go. They're really complaining under their breath. You just can't hear it. There you go. And they're rolling. They're rolling. You feel that?
Yes.
There you go. Rolling. Good job. 3. Okay, can you go a little lower when you do it? Chris, your knees may have to be closer to you so you can travel more on the roll.
Okay.
Good. Nice. Then while they're there, they're going to do a little lift, and we're going to do a rotation, which is when you lift, what I don't want is this. I don't want the ear to go. I want you to press down into the roll, and you exhale. The breath will kind of bring you up enough. So it's because we're going to add to it. We'll go up one more, and then we're going to do a rotation. So it's a nice rotation where everything moves at the roll, and the head and the body move together. Inhale back, rotate to the floor. Inhale back and down. We're going to do one more. Rotation, unrotate, floor, unrotate, down. Good job. Okay. While they're here, they're going to take their roll out and put it underneath their feet. I'm going to get out of the way here because they're going to get into a planking. And we're going to be with both hands on the floor. They're going to inhale. They're not going to lift up yet. They're going to exhale into those body parts I've been talking about, your foundation body parts that have to be engaged through the breath. So they're going to engage their abdomen, glutes, and sides of the back by pulling the elbow in a little bit and getting a little taller before they lift, right? So all those body parts are working through the breath. You're going to go inhale and then exhale. And we'll do one more, and then we'll lift up in just a minute. Inhale. Exhale again into all those body parts. You can press into the roll. Now inhale. This time exhale and you can lift. Lift up and come down slowly with those body parts engaged. When people fall or have some trouble with this, it usually means they're not in their core or their sides of their back or their glutes. We're going to go up and down again. We'll do 5 more. Good. 3 more. 3. It's like, Anthony, you can't count. We already did 3. And 2 more. 2. And 1. And all the way down. Good job. They're going to lie down onto the floor. Their upper bodies are going to be on the floor. They're still facing this way. Still facing, they're going to be on their side. So Kristen, you're on your side facing the camera. There you go. And you're going to be propped up on your arm like this for a little bit. Then now you can come down. I take it back. And we're going to do a little swinging with the leg. So it's a swinging. You have your hip kind of straight up here. And you're just moving your leg without moving the rest of the body. Good, so they're exhaling into the hip bone and the rib cage that's on the ground. Because pushing the bone into a harder surface gets your core to kick in, right? You feel that? Mm-hmm. Good. And they have a little space there. They have like a side spine, meaning they have a little space underneath their ribs that are not between rib and tailbone that's not on the floor. And they feel their hips now too. There you go. We're going to do 5 more, and then we're going to hang out in front. Hopefully, Kristen's not going to hit Elizabeth in the head.
I hope not.
Elizabeth may have to take her body forward more because I know Kristen doesn't want to, she'll rather sacrifice a person for form. So, because we're going to end up with the L position in a minute. That's all. I just wanted you to move just a little bit. There you go. Great. So you're going to hang out with your leg in the front. So you're making that L. So Kristen, keep the leg way out in the front. And closer to me if you can, and you're going to go up and down with that top leg. It's hard to tell on camera what they're doing, but she's taken her leg away from the other leg. It looks like on camera it's close to it, but it's actually pretty far away. It's like she's making an L, okay? 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. You could bring that back. We're going to turn around to the other side, so your body's going to, and Elizabeth lost her roll. Okay, we're going to, you have an extra. There you go. You're going to turn around, you're going to do the other side of your ribs. You lost your roll too.
I did.
All right.
It's okay.
I didn't see it. All right, so we're going to be,
chase up.
there you go. So we're going to be rolling on the other side. So you're fine. Well, no, I don't want your back to the camera. But you have to turn the other way. Your head's got to be that way. There's conventions to filming that some people just don't know.
It's my first movie.
It's her first part. Her stage mother is over on the side, biting her nails right now. All right, so we're doing the other side. So Kristen's in the right position. There you go. Yay! Yes, this is all called direction. Yeah, okay. All right, here we go. Rolling. They're never going to do this ever again. All right. There you go. So we're rolling on the side of the rib cage on this side. I have to get that light just to get on a little bit better. There you go. So can you put
like
this?
this.
You know. Okay. So what? Okay. So Kristen has a problem, which a lot of people have, and I'm usually not open to it, but I'm open now. Okay. So what's going on with it? It hurts.
It just hurts.
Okay, so that side is her tough side, and all of us have a tough side, some more than others. What happens if you put your elbow behind, your hand behind your head, and you put your other hand in front of you? Because I think you're weighing too much weight on the roll, and I don't think you need that much weight to be effective. Like I said, this is a hard roll, and if you've ever done rolling before, that's been a harder roll, it may be too much for you, you could try a lighter roll. They can help, and they have the ones that vibrate too, so they go deep without the rolling. Is that better?
That's better.
Okay, there you go. Great. You do about 5 more. Okay, and then when you're going to bring the roll down to the rib cage a little more, and you're going to do that lifting. Remember, that's where they come up. So, and I'll show you from here before they do it. So you have the bottom of the ribs on the roll. You push down to go up and come down. You exhale, come down, and then again, and down. Next time, you're going to come up, and rotation, head moves with the trunk, back, to the floor, back to the middle. They'll show you the rest of it. You'll come back up, rotate to the ceiling, then back to the middle, then to the floor, turn, back to the middle, and back down. Good job. They're going to take that roll, they're going to move it to their legs because we're going to go into that plank. Okay, there you go, you're on the side there. Now, when people do planks, if you can't really access, even though I say you get into your abs through the breath and the sides of the back and your glutes, some people who are weaker can't do that. They end up jarring too much, so the roll would travel much higher on their legs. They could do that too, and that will give you more help than if the roll were down by the shins or no roll at all. So we're gonna exhale into your body parts. We're gonna do 3 before we actually come up. So you're gonna exhale into your abdomen, side of the back and glute. We'll go again. Up, and Elizabeth's already jumped ahead. She's already lifting.
Excited.
She's excited. Yay, excited. Whatever. She's taking an acting class too. And we're gonna come down. All right, let's all come up and down, right? If that sandwich shop closes in the next 10 minutes, I'm gonna be pissed, okay? And we're gonna go up and down.
It's all I can think about now.
Sandwich, you know they're gonna close at 2, right? They're gonna close at 2. But the sandwiches are motivating both of them, but the store will be closed. This will be bad for me. Okay, we'll do 3 more up and down. 3, good. And 2, good. And 1, good. Nice. Come all the way down. They're going to lie all the way onto their side. They're going to take their top leg, and it's going to slide forward and back like they did. Now, this is more clear what's happening. This actually happened on the other side, but you couldn't tell by the angle of the camera. And they're going to keep the leg pretty low. It's not going to go way up in the air.
Should we get rid of the roller?
You can have the roll or not. It's okay. That's fine, either or. And you just come forward and back. 5. And 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. They're going to hang out in the front, making that L, which you can see. It's not easy to do. They're going to go up and down. Up and down. It's like they're waving out the door to the sandwich people. Bye-bye, you took my sandwich. Bye-bye. Bye. Yeah, we're very serious here.
You
Okay.
are such a dork.
I'm really serious here. Well, you're lucky I didn't do any of my Trump impressions today. You people do fantastic leg lifts. They're the best leg lifts. They're tremendous leg lifts. They're fantastic. I love everything about you. It's tremendous, and we're going to get everything you need. Okay.
Thank you.
So, all right, what do we do next? Okay, next. Oh, we have to finish up doing a series of mermaids. That's what we're doing next. Okay, so they're going to prop themselves back up as the professionals that they are. They're going to have their legs in a mermaid kind of position, which I think you can see better with them than me. There you go. And Elizabeth has the roll. We're going to have to move the roll. Keep your leg. You're both doing the opposite thing, so I think I'm going to have Elizabeth change. Okay. And keep Kristen the way she is. There she is. There you go. And you're going to go out to pushing the roll down and coming back. Now this is pretty unstable. So that means before Kristen goes out, she wants to exhale into her abs, push down on the roll to get taller. So the sides of the back and the abs hold her the whole way. Take a breath in and exhale, push down on the way back. Because she could easily just go in and out, Elizabeth too, go in and out and not feel anything, but you have to exhale and push into the roll to get the sides of the back, which is the core for your shoulders as far as I'm concerned, and the core working. 5, good. And 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. You're going to come back up. The other hand is going to go on it. So both hands are going to go on the roll. There you go. Let me get out of the way. And you're going to exhale and push the roll away without losing your height. You get this nice rotation and then bring it back. Inhale. Exhale. The head does not lead. It's your rib cage, if anything. And chest and back. 3 more. 3. And back. And 2. And back. 1 more. 1. And back. And we're going to unwind. Terrific. We're going to go to the other side where they're going to move the roll to the other side and change their legs around. Because we want them to face the camera because they're so pretty. There you go. That's it. That's true too. I know I sound goofy, but I really mean it. I do. Okay, and then we're gonna do the other side. Now that I've given you a compliment, I can be meaner. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, now you notice this side feels a little different. Elizabeth, this side's tighter for you, isn't it? I can tell she's a little bit more hiked up because of her legs in the mermaid position. I'm not sure, Kristen, is this tighter for you? But it's not. It's looser, this side.
This side's looser.
Right, okay, so that does happen. But the more that we do
There's
these...
a guy watching us.
Guys watching us, okay, yeah, well,
With
you
a
know,
sandwich in his hand.
and a sandwich in their hand. If they were nice,
Our
these people,
entertainment right now.
we'd give them sandwiches, but they would give us sandwiches. There you go, but they're not. All right, so what's tough about this, what's great about these exercises, these are all bilateral this last 10, 15 minutes we've done, which means you're working one side only because we're all have some imbalances, and you need this kind of alignment to even out what's going on in your body. Then we're going to take both hands on the roll, same thing we did on the other side, and we're going to push away, and you have to pull it back in. So Kristen can bring her roll a little closer to her body. Elizabeth's already there. And push out again. 5, back up. 4, good job. 3, and 2, and 1. Good job, and we'll bring it back again. All right, what are we doing next? We have a Pilates push-up. I am excited. All right, let's push up. Okay, Pilates push-up is you're on all fours. There's a lot of ways to do this. Some people are really unstable. Unstable means they're really uncomfortable up here on a roll and they cannot feel their abdominals. So I have them down here where they're grabbing the roll and their knees are on the floor. They can use the sides of the back a little more. Why don't one of you do it that way? Kristen, you do it that way. Elizabeth, you stay that way. And I'm going to demonstrate, then I'll get out of the way. You want to keep as long a spine as possible. So that means my shoulder blades are back and my abdomen is pulled in. And I'm hinging forward like I'm bowing. The chin stays where it is. It does not move forward. And you come up. So you're exhaling into the roll, navel to the spine, elbows to the waist, and back up. Or it could be done more advanced, the way Elizabeth is doing. And she's bowing. She'd be a good asset as an extra in The King and I, when that ever comes around again. Okay. Now,
I'm too old for that.
Too old now? She's, okay, you know, are you too old? I don't know.
For that role.
That role? Okay, well, maybe one of the people that bow a lot. I don't know. Okay, so Kristen's kind of far away with her hands, which is okay, but I think she can make this a little harder. So I'd want her hands closer to her knees. Closer to the mat.
Closer.
And she's already loading. Her arms want to load her hands a bit because she's just a little bit hyperextended the elbow like a lot of us are. But she's going to roll her shoulders back. So that, see, when I do that, my sides of my back might kick in. That's the side of my back. Even though you may not have the same amount of muscle, you do have that access. And you're going to just push it down and just do a little bit of a push-up down. Good. And back up. We're going to do 3 more. 3. And 2. And 1. Good job. And then we're going to come up. Good job all the way. And that's pretty much it for today. Thank you for coming to Comedy Pilates. We're going to do this every week. I want to thank Elizabeth and Kristen for being good sports and showing up here today. Thank you. Is there anything you guys want to say before I finish up?
Thank you.
You're welcome. I hope I had
You always keep us in line.
hopefully and entertained too. All right. Take care. Bye-bye. See you next time.